welcome to Jars to Table. Quick meal ideas for those of us that prepare our foods and have lots in the pantry but are lacking inspiration. So today this is a pasta dish that was my son's, or still is my son's, favourite meal, and he's 30 years old. We're sticking to the 15 minutes, so I am going to put the timer on because I try to keep it at 15 minutes, and we know that this pasta is probably going to take about 7-8 minutes. So anyway, that will go in. We have our frying pan that's heating up, and I told you, I tell you what I do with the fat from the gammon that we canned last week. But first off, we've got to separate it from the juice. So we'll start off there, because what we're going to do, another way, if you don't want to do this, is use butter. We don't want the pan super hot. If it is super hot, it will just burn. Also, I've got some garlic which has been in salted water, and whilst I don't mind it, it kind of needs caramelising. So fermented garlic, but if you've got the real stuff, put that in. Because in essence, I really want it to crisp up a bit. If you've got fresh garlic, stick that in. Fresh is always better, but you know, it's what you have in. And we're really talking about a medium heat, and we're going to just slowly render this down. So we don't want it too hot. Now, with the canning process, the fat is so soft right now, which is why I put it on the bottom of the can when I can. Go see my canning meat video that I did the week before. But it just slowly, so it's just turning to water, it's like jelly. But this is so good for you. And once it's all gone down to a liquid, that is going to be the basis of our spaghetti sauce. Now, if you like onions, this is the point that I would add onions, but my little kids don't like onions, so I'm not putting it in. If you like bacon, this is the moment to put the bacon in. Open up your can of bacon, which was also on my video, and put that in now, because this is such a quick meal. I'm going to push my pasta down, so my spaghetti. Oh, it's been one of those days where I am just so tired, and I have this looking at me in the fridge, and I knew that I had to do something with it. Now, I've got some chorizo, which I'm going to stick in. I'm not sure how much I'm going to put in. Stuff it. Let's put the whole lot in. From my freezer. Now all of that has turned to liquid, so now this is where I get my juice. Now, that is also now, because we're nearly at the end, what we want is for the juice or the broth, gammon broth, to actually reduce, because it's very watery. We're not going to thicken it. I'm sure there's an Italian dish that this is exactly like, but it's just what I've always done. Right, that spaghetti is finally bending and going under. I'm going to add some onion powder. You just want whatever you fancy, really. I'm going to put a heaped teaspoon. And as I say, this is the point where you add peas if you want. We're going to be topping this with Parmesan cheese, and what you eat it with will be your salads. You could have some form of bread if you like, although I'm trying to have less of that at the moment. We can put some herbs in, and I was tempted to put some leeks. You could put some leeks in, but I kind of like leeks with a cream sauce. And really, that is almost there. Now I'm going to have a little taste, because half of me wants to put some lemon in. It looks so much prettier. Let me clean. It looks so much prettier than it does on here. But what I want is the fat. I want the liquid to start looking like fat. Pepper. Haven't added pepper. I think because my dad was a cook and I grew up with a mum that was a cook as well, they just improvised a lot as well. There were certain things that they stuck to, but a lot of the time they just improvised. That is now ready. So I'm going to turn it off because I don't want it to reduce anymore. Shall I have a taste? I don't know. Let's have a little taste. Oh gosh, that's so good. Okay, that's just perfect, because it's really salty, because you've got the salt from the gammon, you've got the salt from the chorizo, the garlic. I only had added 2 chopped garlics to that, but you could certainly add more. This is going to be phenomenal. So I just wait for the pasta to boil now. Back again, and just to prove my point, the alarm's about to go off, and I'm about to take my pasta out and serve up. 15 minutes. So turn the pasta off. I'm going to quickly drain it. Oh, I've got to get a better camera. Oh. Right, so what we want, this has had a few minutes to get cold, so don't worry about that, because we want all those juices, yeah? We want all the crusty bits on the side. So put all of it if you can, without tipping it all up. Got a few left over in my pot. And now we want to delicately swirl. Okay, so what you're looking at, if you can see, it's I don't know if you can see here, but it's glossy. That's because of the steam. And then we put our Parmesan on, and that is it. That is sorted. I really hope you try it, because it's absolutely delicious.